everyone. So I just want to give a bit of background to the Institute because that sets the framework of the courses that we do. So we believe that the part of the Institute for Engineering Leadership is to develop engineering leaders. So what we mean by that is that they are strategic system thinkers that can create value for an organization. Right? They're able to identify opportunities and engage people around them to deliver sustainable growth with impact. So this is within organization as well as an entrepreneur. So the idea is to develop people horizontal, to develop the skills in leadership for everyone. Because we believe many engineers can take on many interesting leadership roles in organizations. So you have the hard skills. So what we want to develop is really the soft skills here, because we believe the combination of that is what that creates value. So here, you learn understand how to work with data, collect data, experiential real life data, and analyze them, and be able to make decisions with that are ambiguous, because the data is never complete in the 13-week program. So this is all done in a very safe environment so that you can learn and really pick up those skills that are useful for you when you finish these modules. So let me get to enterprise development. So I won't repeat the same slide material that we had. So essentially what we do is we want to, for this module, is to give you a realistic enough experience in 13 weeks, really develop an opportunity for a company. So the companies who come on board are looking into some areas that you can hopefully understand the market better in 13 weeks. And you also understand how these companies work and how you can pick up the skills as part of the course to develop a market opportunity. Okay? So in 13 weeks, you are assigned to a company, okay? And each participating company then gives you the opportunity statement. And they tell you, hey, look, this is my technology. Here's what I want you to explore in terms of developing opportunity. They might even, decide the particular market segment, is it healthcare, and so on and so forth. So it's 13 weeks. It's only available in semester 1. It is open to all graduate students of NUS. And the company representatives are engaged in the teams throughout the semester. So there are no exams. It's 100% continual assessment. So hopefully that it makes it a bit easier. You don't have to worry about an exam at the end. It's really about the effort that you put in, the stuff that you learn throughout the 13 weeks as you do every week. Okay? So every week is run like a workshop. You come into class, we will teach you certain methodology or certain framework. You will then actually go out and apply that framework, next week report back, and then you move forward throughout the semester. Right? So these are the 5 companies that we have this year. So Dyson, as you know, are well known for their motors. So they're going to explain about one of the motors that they want you to look for different opportunities. So the idea is to go broad and sort of figure out what possible areas you can go, and then narrow it down to an opportunity you feel that Dyson could pursue. So NEC is looking into, they have this amazing technology on their biometric and AI. For example, I don't know, the last time you took a flight, when you go through Changi Airport, all that technology that you use to verify your face, your biometrics, all done by NEC, the entire stand up there. So they have this technology. They're now looking at how do we apply it to pandemics like today. How could they better make the, smoothen the process of getting over the pandemic, and how to also in future pandemics make life a bit easier with their technology. For PBA robotics, they have autonomous vehicles, typically used in warehouses and so on. But as you may have noticed recently in the press, they have now have that technology in the malls. They have these vehicles moving around, shining UV lights and disinfecting. So that's one area they've expanded to. So then the question comes is, what other areas could the technology go into? Is there other segments in healthcare? Is there other segments maybe in food and beverage and so on? So these are some of the areas that they want the teams to look at. Singapore Safety Glass is interested in harnessing the power of the glass that are already on your homes or in buildings. How do we then get people to convert them to solar panels, or potentially get energy? So there's technology out there. They've been investigating for some time. So they want to look into where could be the early market to get to, where could be a market down the road. Structo has a technology that does 3D printing. And this 3D printing is today very popular among dentists for developing retainers and so on. So they have that market. Recently, as you know in the news, they have now gone into developing those swab sticks. So now they're of course expanding. They used to be one of our graduates from Tech Launch many years ago. They're always looking to expand new markets. So now they're coming back and say, let's work and find a team that can explore areas that they have not thought about. So these are, and so these are some of the areas. Okay. So I'm just going to show you quickly the website. So if you go on to the IEL website, the project details are here, including the contact person that will be working with you for these opportunities. So, we have all the detailed problem statements up here. Of course, they'll be there in the first session. They will come and give you further details, and you have sessions with them to understand what are the areas that they're looking at. So the course is run basically based on this framework. This is the core framework that we teach. You want to understand that if you want to create value for an organization, there are literally 3 questions you need to ask. Who's the customer? Who are the customers out there who have this need? And then can you build it? Is there a technology today? If not, the technology is not fully available. What are the additional things that the companies may want to develop to be able to meet the customer needs? That's what the team will go and evaluate. And then you also have to understand, after I come up with all these ideas, can you even make money? So that's where the business aspect comes of it, from a company perspective point of view, right? Because they look at different things in terms versus a startup. And then even if you have all these 3 things, without a great team, it cannot move forward. So in this class, you actually, as a team, understand how your team works, understand each other better, and we'll teach you some skills to understand teams better. And then you'll be able to apply it in the 13 weeks and go through a 13-week cycle to understand how the team works. And then, of course, along the way, you pick up other skills: innovation, primary research, secondary research, presentation skills. So many of our teams improve on their presentation skills in the 13 weeks. So they learn how to present succinctly for their future careers in management and so on. Right? So this is some of the tools that we use. This is called a market opportunity tool. And the idea behind this tool is to evaluate market opportunities framework, and then how do we determine what are the most attractive opportunities and which should we focus on first. Right? And these are some of the things that from your primary research you will discover. So really, this is a real life course. It's purely hands-on. It's not based on hypothetical stuff. You actually work with real companies, and you learn how to apply market validation skills. You learn frameworks to evaluate customer needs and come up with viable solution. You must differentiate your ideas versus you want to find real valid business opportunities versus ideas, and then you want to be able to contextualize and present those positions carefully. And how do I get my point across to the stakeholder, right? And then you come up with a business plan at the end as a team. And then so along the way, you pick up many professional skills. And many of our graduates have gone on also to become leaders in the organization. So essentially, this is very focused on within an enterprise to make you an asset for an enterprise. But the skills you learn are horizontal. They can also apply if you decide to do a startup. But this course is more targeted towards people who who want to pick up those skills within our enterprise. How do I become an asset to the enterprise? So in the middle of the semester, you also get a chance to interact with the leaders. We do invite them back to share how do they get their markets, their products on the marketplace. So once you have tried that, I'm sure you have many questions for them. And what is interesting about the course is that because there are 5 companies, they all have different approaches in how they take things to the marketplace. So it's not just the team that you're assigned to. You also get to pick up many skills that are outside from that, because you understand how different companies look at opportunities and how do they evaluate them. And the other aspect of the course is that you work with very diverse teams. So for example, Alina was one of our students last semester. And also, even in the team was quite diverse, the Singaporeans, Malaysians, other parts of the world. And they also make calls to outside of the world. So I know we had this question earlier about, about the fact that we do everything online. So nice thing about this course is, yes, it can be done online. You can meet the companies over Zoom. And many of the students also do their research online too, because they end up setting up Skype calls to, to America, to Europe, and so on, because the information you gather is diverse in the team. So, it can be an opportunity. As they say, any crisis can be an opportunity. So it can be an opportunity to build your networks around the world. Okay. So, okay, it's not just, of course, it's not work, but it's also some fun because we do some team activities and we will come up with creative activities for you to do online so that you can also appreciate how your team thinks and understand each other better in the team. But the whole concept is really to have a very safe environment for you to try and learn those skills in that 13 weeks. So at the end, in the video you saw, we have this presentation where you present in front of the companies. If things go well, we have a combination event with InnoVenture and with Ignatius Course, and you get to meet other companies and do a networking session as well. So this is last year's E-HIVE. So actually, I think, okay, am I missing NEC? So, okay, Alina is not there. So she was in the NEC team. I think she can share a few words after this. So in short, you want to develop those real life skills in this module. You get actual experience, you learn the business skills to add value to your technology skills that you already have. And you develop the engineering leadership skills in that 13 weeks because of the diverse team and the presentation skills that you pick up. And you learn also to experience managing stakeholders because you also have to manage the company, communicate with the company, and plus present the rest of the class every week. So it's a very interesting week. Every week is a different workshop, different learning that you do. So these are some of the feedback that we got from the students. As you can see, not just Rohit was on the video earlier, we also have Gonzalez and Sarah. Sarah was a student last semester. So it really just changed your perspective on understanding how to develop new products in the company. And really the idea is to develop yourself as well. So you also learn skills, but you also learn to develop yourself as well in that semester. So how do you move forward if you're interested? On ModRec, choose MT5920. Go online to our website. You get to see all the list of companies. There's a short survey there you can fill up to indicate which are your company choices, and we'll try to match within the first, second, or third choices. And then and really, so I look forward to having you in the course because this is an opportunity to really show your talents to these enterprises and also develop yourself so that your CV ends up showing how you've learned how to create real value for an enterprise. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in my class. Thank you. Any questions, or we have time?
Vinod, would you like to invite
Alina? Yes.
Alina or somebody to share as well?
Yes, I think Alina is here, right?
Yes,